SV Union High School and Junior College welcomes all the students of Standard 9. In today's history chapter, Empowerment of Women and Other Weaker Sections, we are going to study International Women's Year. International Women's Year. The United Nations had declared 1975 as the International Women's Year. The three aspects of this program were peace, development, and equality between men and women. In 1975, the Government of India constituted the Committee on the Status of Women and appointed Dr. Fulrenu Guha as its chairman. A comprehensive survey was conducted of several issues such as the social position of women, their status, the consequences of the constitutional provisions made for women, as also education of women and its percentage, their progress due to education, difficulties faced by working women, the position of women with respect to work, livelihood, their wages relative to men's wages, the female-male ratio, birth and mortality rates, and the role of women. So students, the United Nations, it declared the year 1975 as the International Women's Year. And the three aspects of this program were to bring peace, development, and equality between men and women. So, UN also recognized the importance of women, and that is why they wanted to bring this equality between men and women. Then in 1975, even the Indian government, it constituted a committee on the status of women, and they appointed Dr. Fulrenu Guha as its chairman. And according to it, a comprehensive survey was conducted, and it was conducted on the issues such as social position of women, their status, then the consequences, that is the results of the constitutional provisions made for women, then the education for women, its percentage, their progress due to education, and what difficulties the women are facing, the position of women with respect to work, then their livelihood, their wages, whether they are getting the proper wages as relative to men's wages, then the female-male ratio, birth and mortality rates, and the role of women. All this survey was made, and Dr. Fulrenu Guha was the chairman of that committee. Taking into consideration this entire background, a statewide conference for women was held in 1975, organized by the Stri Mukti Sangharsh Samiti. Women from all walks of life, regions participated in it. The Samiti published its manifesto in 1978. The policy of a struggle against discrimination on the basis of gender, caste, and varna was adopted. This gave rise to a collection of songs called Stri Muktichi Lalkari, a street play called Mulgi Zhali Ho by Jyoti Mahapsekar, and a periodical called Prerak Lalkari, which became their mouthpiece, and other such programs. In 1977, groups like the Stri Mukti Andolan Samiti, established by Saudamini Rao in Pune, Bayaja a fortnightly, as also Stri Uvach, Maitrin, and Stri Anyay Virodhi Manch in Aurangabad, Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Kolhapur, Mahila Hakka in Nasik, and Nari Prabodhan Manch in Latur were formed. Anti-dowry protection committees were formed all over Maharashtra. So children, you can see in the picture, it is Fulrenu Guha. Then you can see even Pramila Dandavate in the picture. These were in the forefront for the various programs which were made for the women. So now, taking into consideration the entire background, the statewide conference for women was held in 1975. It was organized by the Stri Mukti Sangharsha Samiti. Now women from all parts, regions, they participated in it. The Samiti published its manifesto, its plan in 1978, and the policy of a struggle against the discrimination on the basis of gender, that is male, female, then caste, varna was adopted. This gave rise to a collection of songs called Stri Muktichi Lalkari. So, songs Stri Muktichi Lalkari, then street play Mulgi Zhali Ho by Jyoti Mopsekar, and a periodical called Prerak Lalkari. This became very common. It became the mouthpiece and such other programs. Then again in 1977, groups like the Stri Mukti Andolan Samiti established by Saudamini Rao in Pune, and then a fortnightly Bayaza, as also Stri Uvach, Maitrin, and Stri Anyay Viruddhi Manch in Aurangabad, Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Kolhapur, Mahila Hakka in Nasik, and Nari Prabodhan Manch in Latur were formed. So this all were formed to empower women. Is it clear, children? Then anti-dowry protection committees were also formed. That dowry means the some wealth or something given for the marriage of the girl. This all against that, against giving all this, was formed all over Maharashtra. A conference to protest against oppression of women was organized in Dhule city. Vidya Bal's periodicals, Nari Samata Manch, and Milun Saryajani, as also the work of the Samajwadi Mahila Sabha and the Krantikari Mahila Sangatna, were of great help in dealing with women's issues. The Employment Guarantee Scheme in Maharashtra also helped to empower women. Pramila Dandavate established the Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Delhi in 1976. Branches of the Samiti came up in the states of Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, and Punjab. The Communist Party established the Akhil Bharatiya Janavadi Mahila Sangatna in 1980. Efforts were made to start branches of this organization in all parts of India. So, students, we see here that how conference was held to protest against the oppression of women, and it was organized in Dhule city. Then there were periodicals of Vidya Bals like Nari Samata Manch, Milun Saryajani, and also the work of the Samajwadi Mahila Sabha, the Krantikari Mahila Sangatna, were of great help in dealing with women's issues. So all these came up, and their mission was to empower women, to give them justice. Then the Employment Guarantee Scheme in Maharashtra was there, and it helped to empower women again. Then Pramila Dandavate established the Mahila Dakshata Samiti in Delhi, and it was established in the year 1976. Now, slowly, this Samiti, many branches came up in almost whole India, like Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Odisha, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab. And then later on, the Communist Party, they also established the Akhil Bharatiya Janavadi Mahila Sangatna in 1980. Now, all of them, they made efforts to empower women, and many organizations were also there with the branches coming up in all parts of India. You can see in the picture here, left hand side Pramila Dandavate, and up is Dr. Fulrenu Guha. The Sangatna started a struggle against issues like dowry, female foeticide, domestic abuse. Research on women's issues was undertaken at various levels. Women's studies centers were started at the first Women's University, the Srimati Nathibai Damodar Thakur Se SNDT Women's University, Mumbai, and at Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai, Savitribai Phule Pune University, and Shivaji University, Kolhapur. These centers played an important role in critical analysis and in developing a vision on women's issues. So, students, here we can see that the Janavadi Mahila Sangatna, which was started by the Akhil Bharatiya the Akhil Bharatiya Janwadi Mahila Sangatna, which was started by the Communist Party in 1980. They started the struggle against the issues like dowry, female foeticide, that is the killing of the female child as soon as it is born, then domestic abuse, and the research on women's issues. They were all undertaken at various levels. Then various women study centers were started. The first women's university, the Srimati Nathubai Damodar Thakar, so that is SNDT Women's University, was started. Then it was Mumbai and at Tata Institute of Social Sciences, again at Mumbai. Then Savitribai Phule is at Pune. This Savitribai Phule is also university. And then Shivaji University at Kolhapur. All these were started and they proved very important in developing a vision on women's issues. So children, with this we will stop here. In the next third part, we will continue with the laws for women. Thank you.